Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gilles. I wanted to wish you a wonderful day. I wanted to talk briefly about this intense energy shift. We're really transcending the old energy, but there is a big acceleration of all the energy. That means it's much more compact. There is much more experiences within each day. Everything emotionally that we live within one day was about like 1 month in the last millenniums, in the last century, or in the Middle Ages. Like all lifetime could be lived in with the experience like so compacted, and it will continue to accelerate, which will make the black and white nature more proeminent. That means also the thoughts and emotions are going to become much more powerful. And because of this acceleration of energy, it is much easier to manifest now than it was 10 or 20 years ago. And for that, it's much easier to awaken now because the freshly awakening are believing in their power and trusting their dreams and will manifest. So do not limit your dreams. But for some of us who have awakened decades ago, it was like we bumped into many walls. We ran into many doors that were locked. We were like completely... So we have to utilize the power of the newly awakening population in order to be inspired to believe. Well, not that we don't believe, but we've been used to the slow motion of things when actually things are really accelerated now. So because there was a great deal of suffering in the past to awaken in the past because the energies were so heavy, and so when now it's like a lot faster to manifest. So the inner change, there's a lot of inner change that is happening, and that's going to create outer transformation. Those inner change are completely unique to us, and they're very, very personal, very unique, very individual. And the same thing with the transformation. Some people will need to make different kind of physical transformation. All of that is coming aligned. And so yeah, there is. We know we can no longer rely on collective thoughts, on external knowledge, on egregores and judgment. We have to understand we already whole, and we want to utilize the violet fire, the violet flame, as much as possible to drink it, to bathe in it, to shower in it, to let it burn within ourselves. To breathe it, to the more, it's one of the most powerful tools because it accelerates the process of transmutation. So whenever you can invoke it, and for that you can call Zadkiel, the great archangel Zadkiel, or Saint Germain, the master Saint Germain, is always happy to come to assist you with this violet fire mastery. You can call on the Lord Merlin as well. He's a master of alchemistry. Yeah, or Lakshmi, the goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. There is all kinds of divine entities that are really in assistance to humanity. They're very happy to help and assist. They're already in the divine reality, but continue to call on your assistance, your guidance. They will bring you wisdom. They will guide you along your path. So to continue to work with the invisible force, whomever you're comfortable. If you're comfortable calling the Buddha or the Christ or any other ascended master or Lady Mary. They're all very powerful. They all have their own role and function, and they're all bringing wonderful energy to whomever call on their energy, call on their assistance. For the past is communication. The present is reconciliation, and the future is clairvoyance. We're going to see so much more. What we're working on now is joy. What a wonderful things to do, to work on joy. And the future, the result of working on joy will be wealth. What wonderful energy, the energy of wealth and abundance and prosperity. This is really, we need that in our life. And so it is very much a matter of attitude. Also, we want to continue to develop, to work with our spiritual practices, knowing there is only one golden rule: do no harm to yourself and others or the planet. From there, you can just express yourself in any way you like, and continue to do your exercises. But if at any given time, your heart, your spirit, your intuition, your guides, you feel that there is a need for an opposite, a completely different attitude, or even an opposing energy that it's like you want to work with it. You want to follow the guidance, because we do not know really. In the truth by God says that evil or bad in the right time is good, and good in the wrong time is bad. But only God in His omniscient wisdom can utilize the darkness for the evolution of the whole. For within the knowledge, the wisdom of the omnipotent, omniscient God, He can utilize all things for the evolutions of the soul. But for us, it's like we have to still be discerning. We know that if we go into the darkness, we can be deceived and seduced by dark forces. So when in doubt, choose the truth, choose beauty, choose goodness always, and listen to your heart and follow the guidance. And so I wanted to also understand, we're already whole, and there is nothing we need. We don't need someone to make us whole. We're already whole. We're already healed. Just accept the healing, the new energies, the new codes that are coming to awaken the DNA. For there's going to be a new level of exploration that will not be the same as we used to be. Our interests, our passions, all those things that really interest us will be completely different with shifting. And you want to be able to shift your interest as you are guided to draw on all the information you need. And this is really unique to you, to become your 5D being, for your divine, the highest version of yourself, not limited 5D, but and that is unique. But we don't really know, even if we don't know what it looks like. It's just a moment by moment integration point. And it will happen naturally. It's like going from a child to a teenager to an adult. We cannot say like this one day I was a child, the other day I was a teenager, then this one day I was a teenager, this one day I was an adult. It's a gradual process. It comes like whenever we're ready for something. For right now, we're like in a washing machine. It's like the spinning mode, and it's like whoa. So it can bring a lot of up and down, but hopefully the ups are higher, and the low are lower, are less low. They're not. They don't drag us into like long periods of depression or whatever. For there is new photonic energy that are really coming in, and sometimes it can make us tired. Understanding the plans of the darks, there is a lot of Machiavellic plans that are being planned by the dark forces, but many of them are outside of humanity's consciousness. And if it's outside of our power and it is handled by higher forces, it's counteracted by higher forces. Just do whatever's within your power to increase the quality of your life, your integration, your stillness within yourself, to utilize, to stop the pendulum of duality, to align on the vertical axis, and trust the plan, but letting go of outer control, letting go of when we let go of our outer control, we left with our sovereign authority, responsibility of being free. And the revelation will come. There's going to be needed some trustworthy voices of people that are going to come from all over the place, but people that the situation from everything will have to be explained by certain people that the mass population can trust. So it's coming. Everything is coming. The highest wisdom is reparation. There's so much that will need to be repaired, the ecology of the planet, but also within our life. What we need to understand is the yang, the inspired action, our creator self, the divine masculine, the divine will. What we need to do is the orphan, is to find our place in the world, to reconnect to our source, to accept the temporary separation, knowing it is an illusion. And the outcome, we got to jump into the sea. We're going to really have to jump into the sea to make a quantum leap. And then from there, we're going to find what we're going to be able to do is the treasure island. We're going to draw in the treasures. We're going to discover those great treasures. And so it's a matter of returning to the source, jumping into the sea. And so I want to recommend a little book. I sing a song in French video in French about this, to be free as a bird. But it's called Jonathan Livingston, the Seagull. It's a very powerful little book. It's about a bird that wants to be the best, the fastest bird on the. It's a very short book. It's only 40 pages. I'm sure it's in your audiobook. I recommend it if you haven't heard it. It explores the fact that freedom is a sovereign right, and you can be anything you want to be. To choose to be what you want to be, independently of what anybody else thinks. Also, it explores the idea that that paradise is not a place, it is the perfection in all things. So the idea that we need to continue to work on ourselves towards that perfections. And another concept the book talks about, it's about flying at the speed of thought, and then to convince yourself that you already arrive at your destination before you even leave. So it's about the idea of feeling the bridge between the gap between where we are and where we need to go. Very powerful little book. So I talk about it today. That's what I wanted to discuss today. I'm going to sing a song to finish. A song. It's a song, a philosophical song. It goes like this. Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither a while they pass, they slip away across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my open mind, possessing and caressing me. Jaguru Diva Om. Nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Images of broken light which dance before me like a million eyes, they call me on and on across the universe. Thoughts meander like a restless wind inside a letterbox. They tumble blindly as they make their way across the universe. Jaguru Diva Om. Nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Sounds of laughter, shades of earth are ringing through my open ears, inciting and inviting me. Limitless and dying love which shines around me like a million sun, it calls me on and on across the universe. Jaguru Diva Om. Nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Jaguru Diva. Jaguru Diva. And songs of the Beatles about resisting change. Nothing's going to change my world, for we have no choice. Change is part of the eternal. It will eternally happen. It's one of the fourth law of the universe. It's like everything changes except for God, the source, which is still at the center of our very own self and heart. And so the card of the day is the 4 of Gabriel. After the effort, the recomfort. You are recollecting the fruits of your work. Harvesting the fruits of your work. Get rid of the situations that are weighing you down. So it's about being free. Everything's there. And the castle, the garden, the love, the romance, the spring, everything is right there. It's about being in a receptive mode and accepting to receive the goods from the universe. Well, if you want a private session, do not hesitate to send me an email. I'm just going to still do a few of them. And I thank you for liking. I thank you for subscribing, sharing, commenting, for your likes and for your donations. And I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you very much. Namaste.